"Come on, Willa," he murmured. "You made it here. Surely you're no giving up that easily. Fight, lass." The sound of a car door closing caught Jasper's attention. He raised his head and yelled, "Help! Call 999! We need an ambulance!" Footsteps quickened into a run from behind him. "What happened?" a man asked. Jasper pressed against the wound with both hands, using most of his weight. "I saw her hit the sign. When I approached, I found her unconscious." The man knelt beside him and felt Willa's pulse at her throat. "How bad is the injury?" Jasper looked up into the face of Detective Inspector Theo Fraser. "Bad. Keep pressure on it. I'm calling some—" His words halted as lights bounced along the road and a vehicle pulled up behind Jasper's SUV. Jasper knew without looking that it would be Scott Ryan. A moment later, he had confirmation as Scott came running. "Willa! Willa!" Fraser straightened to face the man. "She's alive." "What happened?" Scott demanded. Jasper didn't look up as Fraser repeated what he had said moments earlier. Jasper stared at Willa's pale face in the light of the headlamps. What had gone wrong in Edinburgh? How could George have thought this was a minor wound? They would be lucky if she lived, and only if they got her to the healers on time. Though he couldn't say that to anyone. "Has she said anything?" Scott said, his voice tight. Jasper looked up to find Scott's gaze on him. "Nay." Scott raked a hand through his hair, his fear palpable. A moment later, 2 other people arrived. The night hid the fact that Jasper looked for Rona, leader of the Skye Druids, and her mate, Baladin. The Reaper strode to him and laid a hand on Jasper's shoulder. "I'll take it from here." "We need to wait for the ambulance," he said, continuing to play his part. Fraser shook his head. "It's coming. This man is trained. Let him take over while I get your statement over here." "My statement?" Fraser took out his credentials and showed them to Jasper. "Please, this way." This was how it was supposed to happen. Well, except for Willa being unconscious and pale as death. Reluctantly, Jasper let Baladin take over holding his shirt. He stood and followed Fraser. It didn't go unnoticed how the detective inspector carefully turned Jasper so his back was to Willa, which meant he never saw Baladin teleport away with Willa. "What's your name?" Fraser asked as he pulled a notebook from his pocket. Jasper looked down at his hands, still covered in her blood. It had taken him days to get it off the last time, and there were still occasions when he saw them covered in blood, just as they were now. Who would he see when it happened again? Would it be the blood from that first time, or would it be Willa's? "Sir?" Fraser prompted. Jasper wiped his forearm across his mouth. "McCabe. Jasper McCabe." "All right, Mr. McCabe. Tell me the sequence of events again." Jasper went through it twice more. Cars came and went, and the voices behind him were some he recognised. He wanted to turn and see all of the people, but that wasn't what someone in a normal situation would do.